All right, DOL number 4. Let me put it up on your screen. Give me a second, please. And here we go. Okay, so everybody, please take a moment, pause the screen, and copy down the sentence exactly as you see it. Great. Now that you've done that, I want you to look at this sentence and tell me what's wrong with it. What's the biggest thing wrong with it? Not the misspellings, not the commas, nothing like that. But if you'll notice, this isn't just one sentence. This is what we would call a run-on, because there needs to be a period somewhere in here, or a semicolon if you'd like to be fancy, to separate, in this case, two independent sentences. So let's take a look. Let's read it out loud and find out where that period should go, or the semicolon. Everyone in this here class are responsible for this year's parade. Therefore, we all must raise money for our floats. Okay, I think I got it, but let's take a look at it again. Let's read it out loud one more time. Everyone in this here class are responsible for this year's parade. Therefore, we all must raise money for our floats. Did you notice that while I was reading that out loud, you could very easily tell both where the stop goes and where one pause goes? Now remember, you put to stop a sentence, you use a period or you use a semicolon if you'd like to be more mature or fancy in your writing. And to pause in a sentence, you put a comma. So let's talk about where we're going to put our stop. So we have everyone in this here class are responsible for this year's parade. Stop. So you can put a period there or you can put a semicolon. I like the idea, I always like the idea on these sentences of practicing with our semicolons. So let's do it. Let's put a semicolon right there. It's just a comma with a little period on top. Now, what that tells me is the words that come after that semicolon are its own sentence that is related. We're talking about the same thing. So we have everyone in this year class are responsible for this year's parade. Stop. Therefore, we all must raise money for our floats. Now, notice, since I put a semicolon there, I do not capitalize the word therefore. I keep it lowercase. But I do know that after the word therefore, I have a pause. It's called a conjunctive adverb. And when we have a conjunctive adverb after a semicolon or a period, we always want to put a comma afterwards. For example, let me give you an example verbally. My wife is a fantastic person. However, she really can't cook that well. So I would put after that, however, a comma, and I would certainly put a semicolon before it. So let's look at this sentence again. Everyone in this here class are responsible. All right, let's start fixing it from the top. Clearly, we're going to capitalize everyone. Make it big E. Everyone in this here class. What's wrong with the word here? I understand it's misspelled, but we just don't want to use it. We don't say in this here class. We just say everyone in this class. Now let's look at the word are. Everyone in this class are responsible. Oh, no, we can't say that. Everyone is responsible. He is, she is, they are. We're talking about everyone, one at a time. So everyone is. So everyone in this class is responsible. Take a look at responsible. You can see one of the letters is wrong. It's not subble, it's civil, responsible for this year's parade. Whose parade is it? It's this year's parade. How do I show possession? Of course, with an apostrophe. So let's take a look at our first part of the sentence. Everyone in this class is responsible for this year's parade. Perfect. And then we have our semicolon. Let's take a look at our second portion. Therefore, comma, we all must raise money for our floats. A couple of things I see wrong with this. First of all, there are two misspelled words. Do you see them? Yep. One of them is raise. We put an S. And of course, the other one, it's more difficult because it's a word that's misused. We all must raise money for our floats. Well, actually, two things are wrong. One is misused and one is misspelled. Let's fix the misspelled one first. It's floats. Floats. We all must raise money for our floats. First, let's put a period at the end. And let's look at our last problem. For our floats. Oh, no. This is the possessive form of our. So it's our floats. So everyone must, therefore, we must all raise money for our floats. Let's see if we have this correct. Everyone in this class is responsible for this year's parade, semicolon. Therefore, comma, we all must raise money for our floats. I believe everything is done in this sentence. Best way to find out, let's look down, and let's take a look at the correct sentence, and let's see if we did it all. So we have, everyone in this class is responsible for this year's parade. Perfect, semicolon. Therefore, comma, we all must raise money for our floats. Perfect. All spelling words are fixed. All words that are misused are fixed. Our punctuation is fixed. We put a comma where it belongs. We have our semicolon and our period where it belongs. Fantastic. If anybody has any questions about this, ask me. Otherwise, really nice job today. So what we will do is stop presenting and let's stop recording. Very nice job today.